So the next morning, everybody wakes up. And it's like, all right, let's take the Z off the trailer. And Mark's dad or Mark had bought this Jeep, very interesting Jeep. You'll see it in a second. And we just strapped up the Nissan to the Jeep, and we basically yanked it off the trailer. So it's daytime now. We're gonna unload the Z. We have this handy dandy thing here. There's Mark's dad tying it up, and should be pretty straightforward. The biggest issue with this thing is that it's like really low to the ground. A little tricky. That part was a little tricky just because the car is like deceivingly low. You think you have more clearance than you do just because it has no bumpers, but once you get to the middle part of the car, it has like nothing. You know, it's about this, probably about this close off the ground in the middle. We had to rearrange all the cars in the shop because Mark has a lot of cars in the shop, and it is a very big shop. However, it is very full of cars. There's cars that he's dismantling in there, and there's all his personal cars in there, which you'll see in a second. He has a really cool little collection. So we've relocated all the cars to the side of the shop, and I have a little free spot for the Z. Push the Nissan into the shop because remember, this car, it doesn't even click. It's just a brick, you know, like no electricity, nothing. The car is just complete brick. So put it in neutral, push it into the shop. And as soon as we push it into the shop, Mark disappears because he is allergic to working on cars. So Mark dips out on us immediately. He's like, hey guys, I'm going to go get parts for this. I'll catch you guys later. So he disappears. He goes to AutoZone. And we start trying to diagnose what's wrong with it. We turn the engine to see if it'll turn if it's not seized up. And it does turn, and it's fine.
I'm going to go ship my packages.
It has an engine. Messing with it a little bit more, and we noticed there's a lot of corrosion in the battery. So we try to clean up the battery a little bit. Connected to some jumpers, and the car starts right away. I think it was missing a couple of fuses. I might be lying. I feel like maybe we did a couple of fuses before we got even that far. But as soon as we plugged it in, and the car immediately started. Like it was as if the car had never had any downtime. The car had no clue what had happened to it. It was just came right the fuck back. No! I did. It's probably very cheesy, and it's probably kind of stupid, but a lot of cars have like this real desire that they want to keep going, they want to live, and that car is definitely like that. It's probably been crashed a million times. It's probably had a ton of issues, but it insists on staying alive. It's like, oh my god, can't believe this was so easy. We try to do it again, and it gets a little finicky. We try to do it again, and it's still a little finicky. So at that point, we look a little closer and realize that one of the connectors is completely destroyed. So I believe it was a positive connector. So I'm like, hey Mark, can you get me these two fuses and a battery connector for the Nissan? He comes back. We put them on. Car starts right up. It was amazing. That was all that was wrong with it. I think the grand total that it cost to fix the Nissan was something like, it was less than $30. And at that point, I was like, hey Rob, do you want your car back? Like, I know I took it yesterday and stuff, and like you gave it to me because it was broken, but like I feel really bad because it took me 30 minutes and less than $30 to fix it. So do you want this thing back? Like I can totally give back. Like I totally understand if you want it back. And he's like, nah, you could keep it, blah blah blah. It's totally fine. Don't worry about it. And I was like, what? Once this cranks up, we realize the car has a little bit of a misfire, and it's probably low on fuel, and the fuel that is in it has probably been sitting for a very long time. So we put some stabilizer in the fuel, and we fill it up with gas. And at that point, it's still misfiring a little bit. Misfire maybe improved a little bit, but it's a little funny, you know what I mean? So we pull it out of the shop. We take it out for a drive. I take it out for a drive. Mind you, I can't reach the clutch pedal on that car. The guy that owned the car before me was like 6 foot something, and he was huge. And I can't reach the clutch on that car.
It literally sounds like a lawnmower.
Yeah.
The first thing that we did was brackets the seat for the driver's seat because it was very difficult for me to drive that car. This guy had been like, yeah, man, the car has a welded diff. Be super careful driving it. And I had never driven a car with a welded diff before, so I was like super, super, super cautious. And we take it down this like winding country road because everything by Mark's house is a beautiful, curvy road. This is such a beautiful way of enjoying the countryside here in West Virginia. It's just like fall in West Virginia, and it's beautiful. The trees are turning, like it's like just this incredible scenery. And at some point, I was like, "Hey, man, do you want to drive?" And I pull over to the side of the road, and I swap seats with him. And like as soon as he gets in the driver's seat, he like well, I was trying to baby it because I was kind of worried that this thing was gonna blow up. This car's been sitting for like ever, that I don't know, like the tires are dry rotted, like the whole car's just real questionable. And the first thing Marks does is like put it sideways off the like some super narrow country road. So it just starts pouring rain. And it was so sketchy because the car makes like every single kind of noise. It has no windshield wipers whatsoever. It didn't have the arms at all at that point. It has like no AC, so you can't defog, and we couldn't see anything out of the car. It was really rough. And we took it back to Mark's house. We put it away. He parked me with the rest of his parts cars, and then at that point I had to go back to Miami because I have to work for a living, unfortunately, and I started working on a little parts list so that I could come back and drive the car back from West Virginia to Miami. It was a 17-hour drive.